with specialists in every area of orthopedic medicine. With a full range of orthopedic care, from physical therapy to complex surgical procedures. With a passion for helping you live life to the fullest. That's how we're leading in orthopedics. That's how Premier Health is leading with care.
And welcome here to day 2 of the 2016 Flyin to the Hoop Invitational as we get ready to bring you this matchup between Carroll and the Patriots taking on Urbana and the Hill Climbers. Starting lineup being introduced right now. There you see the Carroll Patriots. They're coached by head coach Tim Coggin. Coach Cogan, this Fairmont Arena, definitely a familiar sight, or the Trent Arena, I should say, at Fairmont High School, with Coach being here. He was on the coaching staff there on the girls' basketball side when they opened this building. So a familiar sight there. We'll get you more acclimated with the players, the coaches, and the lineup when we get back after this national anthem.
The 2016 Flyin to the Hoop Invitational, powered by SUV TV. Sponsored by DP&L, stay safe and warm with Dayton Power and Light. Premier Health, offering a better healthcare experience for you. Marriott Dayton, the host hotel for the Flyin to the Hoop Invitational. Sports Image, promotion, marketing, and management. Omnisphere, advanced web solutions. Alley Cat Designs, covering everybody. Frickers, fun food and sports. And Pepsi, refresh your world.
All right, welcome back here to Trent Arena. The bells have sounded there at the public address announcers booth as we get ready to tip off day 2 here. Appreciate you joining us. It is a great 4 days of basketball, as always, here in the Dayton, Ohio area. The host hotel, the Marriott there, just by the University of Dayton. They're in Dayton. Right now we're in Kettering at Trent Arena, but that's potato. Good basketball regardless of the city lines. And we appreciate you joining us here on SUV TV as we get ready to tip this one off. Talked about the experience of the officiating crew here on hand today, and we look forward to seeing it firsthand. It is the Patriots that come away with the first possession. With it up top, that's number 12, Jack Seltsam. Talked with Coach Cogan about his assessment of his team coming into this game. Said he was very proud of their blue-collar basketball style of play in terms of effort, in terms of intensity. That's not something that he has to coach. It's there with his squad. Wants to see them do a better job of being able to put the ball in the hole. That is the name of the game. I'd say they're off to a good start. They work it inside there. That's number 33, Jared Kenninger. Kenninger, great positioning on the inside. The entry pass made it very easy for him to go ahead and lay it in. And we've got our first bucket of the game. Patriots leading 2-0. All over the passing lane, still on one end. Layup. Was going to call it a layup drill, but you want to knock those down. That one misses. Nice defense played by TK Robinson. Can't get the layup to go, and the Hill Climbers will have a chance to tie this one up. Shots missed there by number 5. That's Jordan Underwood, but he's got reinforcements. They're on the inside. That one's going to be followed up. Now Jay Hanara able to get that one in. Turnover out of bounds. We'll give it back to Urbana. They've tied it up at 2 apiece. A chance to take the lead here. Carroll comes into the contest with an 8-5 record. Urbana comes in 8-4, undefeated in their specific conference. First three-point attempt of the game. Feeling good, feeling great, knocking that one down for Urbana was number 50. That's Levi Bolcher. Sophomore makes it 5-2. Baseline's cut off, so they'll kick it out. Close out on the three-point attempt, hanging in the air, eating some contact, and now earning a trip to the line is going to be number 3. It's Ty Horsley. Sorry, that's Bo Austin. Bo Austin. So Austin's first free throw is good, pulls them to within 2. Splits the pair, can't get the second one to go. Rebound by the aforementioned Bolcher. Hit a 3 there on the last possession. Gets the rebound. We'll see what the Hill Climbers do with this possession. Obviously, the basketball merit first and foremost, the more important thing, but I got to give kudos to that Hill Climber mascot. Cover a lot of different games, from interesting names to just cool mascots. Love to be able to compare and contrast the different ones across the country. I say the Hill Climber is one of the coolest cats out there. No bearing on the basketball game, but we've got plenty of time left for that outcome to be decided. Right now, it's a 2-point advantage for Urbana. That one's going to be tipped out of bounds, and it will stay with Carroll. Seltzer throws it in, gets it right back. Bounce pass inside, nice job of finishing. That's number 33. It's Kenninger again. He's got his second bucket of the game. You like to see your post/inside players do a good job of being able to finish when given the opportunity to do so. It makes a big difference. As we see some collision there going for that rebound, is going to be last touched by Carroll. It'll stay with Urbana. So we're tied up at 5 apiece. Approaching the halfway mark here in the first quarter. Deep three-pointer. That one off the back of the rim. Long rebound. Going to be brought in by TK Robinson. Robinson, now he'll try his look at a triple. Money. Good from the outside there is TK Robinson as he splashes the three-pointer and makes it an 8-5 ball game in the process. Gets the rebound on one end, comes down, tickles the twine on the other. 8-5 lead for the Patriots. Probably got a lot of Patriots being rooted for here, not only with the basketball action, but on the gridiron. New England Patriots taking the field later today. Get it done there is Honore. Honore scored on the offensive rebound and put back a few possessions ago there. Gets in the box score again, making it 8-7. Seltzer with it. He's done a good job of setting the table so far for Carroll. Can Robinson get back-to-back threes? No good on the shot. Ball tipped around. They play Klinko with it inside, and finally it's going to be wrestled away by Sam Niswanger, but they turn it right over. Seltsum on the other end. They're going to rule it on the floor. Strong take there by Seltsum. They're going to rule it on the floor. Let's take a look at that one with the Gatorade instant replay. You see him get the steal. It looked like he had already gathered to shoot that one. So there's the foul. He had already picked it up. That should have been an and one for Seltsum. Instead, they'll just have the ball along the baseline. So an interesting turn of events there. As you see head coach for Urbana, Jeremy Dixon, there along the sidelines. You had an and one that was essentially negated there by Seltsum. They inbounded it along the baseline. Goes off of a foot of the Patriots, so ball goes back to Urbana, unable to cash in on those points. Still a 7-8 ball game here as we approach the 2-minute mark in the first quarter. Great job of going and getting that pass on the inside. Initial shot's no good, but it is gravy off the window there for number 5. That's Jordan Underwood. Underwood makes it a 9-8 ball game. Scrappy defense there by the Hill Climbers. It's going to be dropped off. Tried his best to keep that pivot foot from dragging. Unable to do so successfully there was Honore. But no, they're going to say he was fouled on the play. Not sure Coach Colgan agrees with the call. Doesn't give the official too much flack for it. We are under 2 minutes here in the first quarter. Logwood with it at the top of the key. He'll hand it off to Underwood. One of the things I like about both teams so far is that for the most part, they've done a good job of taking care of the ball. Not scoring as much as they would like to, as that one's short by Longwood, but also not turning the ball over carelessly. And I guess that's the broadcaster's jinx in terms of the turnover bug. As soon as I give them credit for taking relatively good care of the ball, they turn it over. But that 3 ball's knocked down by Underwood, as they convert that turnover into points and make it a 12-8 ball game in the process. Stop and pop. Who says the mid-range is a lost art? Score that one for number 4, DJ Summers. We'll see if Urbana will hold for the last shot here or if they'll just take the first good one that comes available. That one's going to go off the hands of Logwood. Logwood will have a seat. Checking into the game, number 2, Sam Niswanger. As you see Logwood get a breather there for the Hill Climbers. You see neither team really focusing on necessarily having the last shot. They just want to get a good shot with their last possession. Mission accomplished there for number 3, Ty Horsley. Sorry, Bo Austin. Austin, I owe you a couple push-ups after the game. That's the second time Austin has made something happen, and I've gotten his 3 confused with the 3 for the Hill Climbers. Good, he is off to a better start this morning than I am in terms of giving him credit for his buckets. But Bo Austin, Coach Colgan mentioned him as a player to watch, and the senior guard hasn't disappointed so far here in this one. Makes it 13-12 there with that last triple. Nice defense and hustle. Good if it goes. Off the front of the rim, into the first quarter. Appreciate you joining us here on SUV TV. We'll be back with the second quarter action after this. Second quarter is underway here from the 2016 Flyin to the Hoop Invitational, the 14th annual occurrence of what has become one of the top-ranked high school basketball events in the country. Could have been a lot of places here on this Saturday morning, and we appreciate you joining us here on SUV TV for one of the top events in the country. That one's tipped around, second effort. They'll get another opportunity. That one would have been a 2 if it had gone. The Hill Climbers just sort of jacking it up and attacking the offensive glass. So we're going to have a loose ball foul there against Urbana. It'll be thrown in by number 3 for Carroll, Bo Austin. Austin and Seltsam, two catalysts here for this Carroll Patriot squad. Seltsam with a rare turnover there. See if Urbana can take advantage of it. It's Underwood with it. Neither team really hoisting up a bunch of quick shots. You're seeing a minimum number of passes on both sides. Early on in the game, like what Carroll was able to do with number 33, Jared Kenninger, as he was able to get a couple nice buckets on the inside off of a Seltsam and a Bo Austin feed. We'll see if they're able to see more of that here in the second quarter. Patience being a virtue here on this possession for Urbana. Working along the baseline, getting the roll. Jordan Underwood. Saw that Underwood triple there in the Gatorade instant replay to end the quarter. Here he scores it inside the perimeter. Makes it a 14-13 ball game. The Patriots trying to get inside to Kenninger. Now Urbana coming out in a 2-3 zone look. Looking to make that difficult. Austin trying to shoot him out of it. He misses, follows his shot though, and is going to be poked away. Jordan Underwood looking to go to work. Too strong off the glass. Kenninger with the rebound. And now the Patriots will run. Robinson with the bounce pass. Contact on the inside, and we're going to have a trip to the charity stripe for DJ Sommers. So Sommers at the line. Good on that first free throw, splashes it through. Subbing into the game for the Patriots, it will be number 0, Stafford Stevens, and number 32, Nolan Crone. Stevens sporting the number 0. I always like to see players sport 0. Because it's not a common number, and usually there's some rationale behind them selecting it. I mean, I know that's with any number. 23, we know the MJ influence there. Players wear different numbers for various reasons, but the 0, I'm always interested in the rationale behind that. Nice job of moving without the ball. Underwood cuts and is rewarded accordingly. Talked about Seltsam being a steady hand. There he's going to turn it over with the backcourt violation. Coach Colgan is going to get him a breather. Uncharacteristic there for Seltsam. He's going to get a chance to sit and regroup. 1-point game. Backdoor cut and the finish. So it was Underwood scoring on the cut. But then we see him assist on one as well. That's just good basketball, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to prompt the timeout. You see Underwood, he's been the man with the plan and did a good job of selling like he was going to that side. And they're watching him and what looked like it might be a double screen. Instead, all the while, Cameron Logwood creeping in the back door and getting the bucket. There via the Gatorade instant replay. We appreciate you joining us here for a day full of basketball action. You look at some of the games that will come up after this one. Let's look at the schedule. At 11:45 a.m., you'll have Pickerington North taking on Archbishop Alter. 1:30, you'll have Northland. The Vikings will take on Greenville. Also out of the Buckeye State here in Ohio. And at 3:15 p.m., it'll be Baltimore Polytech taking on Chaminade Julian here in Ohio as well. So Carroll comes out of the timeout, 3-point game. Looks like Urbana is still going to stay in that 2-3 zone. Selchum still on the bench for the Patriots. That one's knocked away momentarily, but the Patriots retain possession. Going to be stolen away. The turnover bug biting the Patriots a little bit more than they like here over the past few minutes. Coach Kogan talked about their blue-collar style of play, needing to do a better job of scoring the basketball. They started off to a pretty good start in terms of accomplishing that goal. Since then, the turnovers have made it very hard to carry through on that mission. Sometimes you have those droughts. Name of the game is going to be minimizing the hill climbers' scoring opportunities while you get out of the offensive doldrums that you're in right now. On the opposite side, hill climbers doing a lot more activity, more movement, and more points being produced off of that movement as they have a 3-point advantage. Logwood going to try a triple now. That one's off the mark. Look for Carroll to go back to some of the patience they showed early on. Do a better job of moving the ball around and really probing this zone. Austin with the jump step. Has it blocked initially. Looks like it will stay with Carroll. Ball deflected initially. Now Austin wants to hurry up and get it out of that corner. 3 minutes away from halftime. Good patience and movement for Carroll, but also on the Urbana side, doing a good job of playing good team zone defense. Good hustle there on the defensive end by Sam Niswanger. And there they come on the other end and convert with the triple. Momentum definitely in favor of Urbana right now over the past few minutes. Still just a 6-point game, so nothing, not too daunting of a task in terms of Carroll stopping the bleeding per se, but on the defensive and the offensive side of the ball, things are going the hill climbers' way right now as that one's wrestled out of there by Kaylin Howell. We just knocked down a 3-pointer. Here we're going to have a timeout by Urbana. I'm kind of surprised they called that timeout. They had all the momentum. They had gotten a couple stops. But still, Coach Dixon wants a timeout. He's the coach. I'm not. So calls the timeout accordingly. As you can see, the trail 3 knocked down there by Howell. Nothing but net. So you see good defense on one end by Urbana and string music being played by Kaylin Howell on the other end. Give great credit to Sam Niswanger there on that last possession, though. The possession that led to that Howell 3 on the defensive end. He really pressured the ball handler all the way out to the half-court line. Then was able to get his hand on the ball, dive right in front of the hill climber bench and save it. And we saw Howell convert with the 3 on the other end. So we'll see how both teams respond out of that timeout. If Urbana can keep the mojo going, if Carroll can find a way to reverse the trend here, as we're under the 2-minute mark in the first half. Second quarter action. Strong drive, using that size advantage. There was Jordan Underwood. Underwood a little bit bigger than Seltsam, and went in there with the meat and potatoes move accordingly. Another stop by the Hill Climbers. Now they'll push it ahead. Underwood for three. That young man is having a very good first half. Took him a couple minutes to get going, as it can normally take in any game, let alone the 10 a.m. game. But appears to be feeling good, feeling great. Hesitates for a second. That's going to be a foul on the floor. So foul going to go against Carroll. It'll be on the floor, just the second team foul. So no sort of penalty situation. Both teams doing a good job of defending without fouling as well. You look at 14 fouls for Urbana, 2 team fouls for Carroll. So not a free throw fest here in the first half. Underwood picks his dribble up. Now he'll get it over to the wing to Howe. Up top to Logwood. About 10 seconds to work with for Underwood. Nice defense by Seltsam. Get it back to him. 5 seconds to work with. Foul going to go against Seltsam and on the floor. Jordan Underwood is just really in a nice mode right now for the Hill Climbers. As you see, number 33 going to the bench. That's Riley Emmons. So that will be another team foul against Carroll. This time it's Levi Bocher. He's good on the first free throw. It was Bocher that got the Hill Climbers on the board with a three-pointer early there in the first quarter. There, he's good from the line. 1.4 seconds to work with. Gonna be launched up and off the top of the backboard, and that will send us into halftime. As Carroll trails Urbana, a good first half for the Hill Climbers. This man specifically. Ice cream from the outside, splashing it is Jordan Underwood. We'll be back after this halftime break.
With specialists in every area of orthopedic medicine. With a full range of orthopedic care, from physical therapy to complex surgical procedures. With a passion for helping you live life to the fullest. That's how we're leading in orthopedics. That's how Premier Health is leading with care.
The 2016 Flyin to the Hoop Invitational, powered by SUV TV. Sponsored by DP&L, stay safe and warm with Dayton Power and Light. Premier Health, offering a better healthcare experience for you. Marriott Dayton, the host hotel for the Flyin to the Hoop Invitational. Sports Image, promotion, marketing, and management. Omnisphere, advanced web solutions. Alley Cat Designs, covering everybody. Frickers, fun food and sports. And Pepsi, refresh your world.
And we are about 30 seconds away from getting the second half started here at the beautiful Trent Arena here in Kettering, Ohio. This event has 20,000 people in attendance annually. It's a great atmosphere. You'll see a couple fans hitting the proverbial quan here on site. The crowd hits the quan. If you're Carroll, you're looking to be able to come out and hit more shots. A team that plays hard per the assessment that Coach Colgan was able to give us pregame. But here they want to be able to balance that out with scoring more points and being able to match the Hill Climbers and their level of production on the offensive end. So here we are. Third quarter action is underway. The Hill Climbers with the first possession. It was a very good first half for number 5, Jordan Underwood, who has the ball and takes the first shot of the third quarter. It's a miss. He had 14 first half points. Can't get his first points of the second half there on that last shot attempt. Here we're going to have a drive by Bo Austin. It is knocked out of bounds, so it will stay with the Patriots. Advantage 13 points for Urbana to open up the third quarter. A lot of air under that pass, but it makes it over there safely to Austin. Keeninger did a good job to start the game inside. Can't get that shot to go. Urbana did a good job of making the adjustment. After those first couple buckets on the inside, they really cluttered not only the paint area, but just the half-court sets period with coming out into that zone and really forcing Carroll to make a lot of passes just to even get close to a reasonable shot. They played a big role in Seltsam and Austin not being able to get going as much as they would like to there in the first half. Also made the congestion an issue for Keeninger inside. Easy screen, a legal screen for the official to call there. I'm going to go against Nolan. Actually go against Najee Honore. Honore is going to have a seat. If I'm Coach Jeremy Dixon, while I like for him to be able to set that screen and not get called for the foul, I like for him to use appropriate technique there. You can appreciate a player that is that focused on being able to set a good screen. Floater game good for TK Robinson. Robinson with just 3 points. There in the first half, already in a good spot to eclipse that mark with the floater making it 28-17. Luckily didn't pick up a foul there, as you can tell the Patriots are set on coming out and making sure Underwood doesn't have as easy breezy of a second half as he did in the first. There's Logwood hanging in the air, can't get the shot to go. Keeninger, good rebound period, but an even better rebound when you factor in the fact that he didn't have the usage of his left arm on there as it was being held. Foul gonna go against Urbana. Keeninger just playing through it, whether he got the foul or not, he still came away with the rebound. They try to cut this 11-point deficit to single digits. Ball poked away. Howell going to get it ahead to Underwood. Underwood thinking about the three. Not a bad shot for the Hill Climbers. Nice job by Underwood, really being able to use the attention that he's getting to create a good look. They don't convert on one end. Bo Austin. That three-point shot just like his first name. So he makes it 20-28, trying to answer right back. And doing so successfully is Sam Niswanger. Like Niswanger's game, no points in the first half, but still made his presence felt on the defensive end. And just some of the little things that might not show up in the box score, but mean a lot when it comes to team energy, being able to get stops and just make plays. No longer scoreless as he knocked down that triple on the other end. This one's going to be tipped around. They play volleyball with it inside, and it looks like it will stay with the Patriots. Long rebound, trying to save it himself, and he does so successfully. Strong take on the inside there by DJ Sommers. It's going to get Sommers a trip to the free throw line. Going to have a timeout taken by Urbana as Sommers will have to wait a second for those free throws. Let's take a look at a Gatorade instant replay. And as you're going to see Bo Austin calling for it. The three ball, they say live by it or die by it. Living right and trying to get this gap closed there is Bo Austin splashing the triple. As Carroll finds themselves in an interesting situation. They have trailed for most of this game. I'd say over the past 6-7 minutes of gameplay, it's been a double-digit deficit. And while they're looking to show more signs of life on the offensive end, it's tough because the Hill Climbers are in a position to where they're really making Carroll climb a hill in terms of this gap. You wonder if it'll end up being a cat and mouse game to where Carroll sees more points go through the hole, but always has to play the game of catch-up versus Urbana. One sign that bodes well for them is that they've done a good job of bringing Jordan Underwood back down here to ground level, as he was trying to take Flyin to the hoop literally with the way that he started the first half. Hasn't scored so far here in the third quarter. First free throw's good by Sommers. DJ Sommers, the senior, knocks down both free throws. Two elements that will be key for the Patriots here in this effort. They're going to have to hit a few three balls, and they will definitely need to maximize those trips to the free throw line. Howell going to try a three-pointer. Good. That's Kalen Howell. That's some of the dynamic that we talked about. If you're the Patriots and you're seeing the ball drop more, but then Urbana is able to answer with some timely shooting, you can put yourself in a position where you have to spend so much energy making sure that the lead doesn't creep out to the high teens. And it's tough to have enough gas in the tank to then get the stops and close the gap on the scoring end. But Robinson tries to answer back with a three-pointer. No good. Rebound pulled down by Levi Bocher. Close to a 5-second violation, but Niswanger able to get rid of it. Substitution coming in. Back in the game for the Hill Climbers is number 32. That's Nolan Crone. This time it's going to go the other way. 3 team fouls against Urbana here in the third quarter. No team fouls for Carroll. They found Robinson in the corner. He'll get it to Austin. Austin's mid-range J off to the left, but they'll get another opportunity. Robinson from the corner hits that one right in front of Coach Cogan. Cogan trying to coach this team on, weather the storm. They've cut it to single digits. Now they come up with the steal. That was Keeninger in there on that one. Wide open look for Austin, in and out. Good look, did everything but stay down. And Robinson going to pick up a cheap foul there. You want to hold on to that one. You're in a back and forth battle here trying to close the gap. You might need those fouls at some point later in the game, as Niswonger's going to have a seat there on the Urbana bench. You foul a guy right under your opposing basket. Or right under your basket, I should say. You fouled an opposing player. That's a foul they may need later in the game. As Jordan Underwood breaks the seal in terms of his scoring here in the second half, knocking down that baby jumper along the baseline, making it an 11-point game. 14 first half points, his first 2 points of the second half there to push the lead back to 11. Trip to the line coming here for Austin. Austin good on the free throw. He's done a list of good things here for Coach Cogan's Patriot squad. He's been able to provide them with some timely threes that have made sure the lead hasn't expanded to the teens. While it's a glass half full perspective to kind of celebrate the fact that it's just, teetering between a 9 to 11 point advantage. Over the course of a game, sometimes the best you can do is make sure that the lead doesn't expand too much until you make your run. Austin has been a key factor for that here in this game for the Patriots. Whether they can fully close the gap remains to be seen. Should make for an interesting remaining 9 minutes here in this one. Meanwhile, Austin playing infectious, and DJ Summers getting in where he fits in as well as he knocks down that one. Yells something to his Patriots bench on the way down. And we've got a 6-point game. Patriots with a great third quarter here. They opened the quarter down 13. Now they've pulled to within 6. Not really allowing much on the inside. The buckets that Urbana has scored here in this half have been jumpers. That one a high degree of difficulty jumper, but so what? Logwood hits a tough shot there. As we go into the fourth quarter, this is good ball movement. But the ball movement is all for naught if you can't splash a three-pointer from the corner there like DJ Summers did. Coach Cogan loving it. So are the Patriots there on the bench. But let's take a look at the way Logwood ended it. If I'm Coach Cogan, I have no qualms with the way this play is defended. He has to pick up his dribble, was trying to pass it. He just tried to make the best out of a situation. Carroll gave him lemons. Logwood turns it into a lemonade to end the third quarter. We'll be back here from Flyin to the Hoop after this short break.
With specialists in every area of orthopedic medicine. With a full range of orthopedic care, from physical therapy to complex surgical procedures. With a passion for helping you live life to the fullest. That's how we're leading in orthopedics. That's how Premier Health is leading with care.
I don't know about you, but I am very, very much so looking forward to this fourth quarter. As hard as both of these teams have played, the ebb and flows of the game has been hill climbers, making things tough for Carroll for the majority of it, but to liken it to a boxing fight, Carroll definitely won that third round there in the third quarter. Interesting perspectives on both sides here. If you look at Carroll, you're experiencing more success on the offensive end than you have this entire game, and are doing a better job of scoring the ball. But if you're Urbana, despite that solid quarter from Carroll, you're still up 8 points. Only a 2-point difference, obviously, between 6 points and 8, but from a morale and an energy standpoint, that shot by Logwood at the end of the quarter did a nice job of making sure Carroll didn't take too much momentum into that quarter break huddle. We'll see if the Patriots can get it back in this possession. Austin with it. Now he'll get it to Summers. Summers back to Austin. Good look at the three-pointer. And a good foul there by Seltzam as he broke up the fast break opportunity. That was going to be an easy layup on the other end. Good foul there by Seltzam. Headed to the bench there is going to be Keeninger. As Underwood will bring it across for Urbana. Stolen on one end. Robinson fouled on the play. .6:45 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 8-point game. Both teams still scoreless here in the fourth quarter. Stafford Stevens will get it over to Summers. 2-3 zone look for Urbana. Robinson going to try a three-pointer. Good. Robinson makes it a 5-point game. Robinson also a noted player to watch here for the Patriots coming into this game. Both he and Bo Austin, both have been instrumental in this comeback attempt that is still in progress. If I'm Urbana, while the scoring doesn't have to come from Jordan Underwood, it'll be interesting to see if they try to get him more involved over the next few minutes. Here we're going to have a drive there by number 15 for the Hill Climbers. That's Jace Underwood. Going to take a stab in the dark and say there's some relation from Jace to Jordan. So the younger Underwood at the free throw line, knocks down the first. Second one on the way, and it's good as well. So Jace Underwood, the sophomore, knocks down 2 big free throws. For Coach Dixon, he'll sub out. And we continue on now, a 7-point game. And a turnover there by the Patriots. Logwood gets the step and the lay-in. Now that was one thing that Carroll had done a good job of minimizing. Early on in the first half, you saw Logwood and Underwood getting involved, moving without the ball, cutting and finishing inside. They had relegated them to hitting tough jump shots, but now back-to-back buckets on the inside, and that's going to prompt a timeout for Carroll. As Underwood and the Hill Climbers have them up against the ropes here in this one. So we've got a full timeout. We'll take one with them. Urbana trying to deliver the final blows to Carroll Patriots here in the 10 a.m. game at the Flyin to the Hoop Invitational. We'll be back.
Seconds inbound pass to Marbury as he works on the defense of Johnson, dribbles by Robinson, takes it to the baseline, running jump shot, good! 2 seconds.
Back out of the timeout, 4 minutes, 50 seconds and counting left to play here in this one. 11-point game. The Patriots trailed by 13 coming into the second half. Brought it down to as low as 6 points. But Urbana has done a good job of responding whenever they have needed to. That Robinson floater, no good. Working hard on the inside, DJ Sommers. He'll get a trip to the line. First free throw's good there. So Sommers knocks them both down. Seltz close to a steal, but Logwood says no, sir. Looks the defense off and drops the dime to Howe. Logwood has made some plays for Urbana here in this one, whether it's scoring the ball. Made the assist there. There you also saw a motion for the traveling call that he wanted. But I guess all's even because DJ Sommers could have easily been given a 4-point play there on that one. We talked about Logwood. You're going to see him first wrestle that one away from Seltz. Look the defender off. Just a great read and play there by Logwood. Didn't telegraph the pass. If he does, that's stolen. Great job of looking the defender off. Kalen Howe doing a good job of finishing, but like what we've seen from DJ Sommers here in this game as well, still continuing to fight. Oh, this is way too much space. You see him give the clap. And good no call there. That was well after the shot. Guy's feet just got a little tangled up. Sommers knocking down the shot to pull them to within 9 with 4 minutes left. So definitely still in striking distance. 4 minutes in a basketball game is a ton of time. But will still require some stingy defense and forcing a few turnovers if you're Carroll. Logwood will throw it in just there in front of the Patriots cheerleaders that have made the trip here to Trent Arena. Shot missed on one end, and Howell comes and wrestles it away before they can score it off the offensive glass. Bo Austin checks back in. Summers going to have a seat there for the Patriots. 16 fouls on both sides, so the next foul on either side will result in free throws. We'll see Urbana. Looks like they're fine with taking the air out of the basketball a little bit, but you don't want to try it too much and get to the point to where you're so focused on, kind of taking the air out of the basketball and moving it around that you take yourself out of attack mode. While you want to be smart, you don't want to jack up shots like you're the team trailing. You also want to make sure you play to win and not to lose. Not making that judgment, just saying it's something that'll be a dynamic to keep an eye on over the next few minutes. I think there it was just a matter of a relatively lazy pass that was stolen by Seltzman. Logwood doesn't make too many of those. But still an 8-point game. Back tap by Summers. He thought he had gotten away with one. As Summers' body language kind of says, yes, I know it was a foul. I thought maybe I had gotten one there. And the thing about that play, not only was it going to be a quick steal, that was going to be a quick finish. As he had tapped that one and was off to the races. Summers going to have a seat there, Coach Tim Cogan. As I mentioned, no stranger to Trent Arena. Here at Fairmont, he was a coach here for 13 years. On the girls' basketball side, he even pointed to a few of the state banners here at Fairmont that he was instrumental in helping win. Talking with Mr. Jim Trent, who this beautiful facility is named after. And he talked about catching up with Coach Cogan before the game, just, on top of the type of quality, the competition, and just the atmosphere that this event provides. It's even more sentimental when you can, have the history that Coach Cogan has in this building. Then when you're able to consider yourself a colleague of the great gentleman that this facility is named after. Broadcast a ton of events here with the SUV TV crew. This Trent Arena, one of the better ones that you will find in the country. But outside of nostalgia, Coach Cogan focused on his team trying to pull this one off. The odds not in their favor as we are under the 3-minute mark, still chasing a double-digit deficit. Can't get that shot to go. Floater up by Seltzman is good. Scrambling and picking up the pieces there, number 12, Jack Seltzman. The junior makes it an 8-point game. So that's going to send Longwood to the free throw line for the 1-on-1 opportunity. Longwood good on the first free throw. Talked about Coach Cogan there in that state championship with Fairmont Kettering there on the girls' side. Took them to 3 straight Final Fours, 3 out of 4. When you look at Coach Jeremy Dixon, good things going with this program as TK Robinson knocks down the triple. 7-point game. The Patriots will not go away quietly. But as I mentioned, on the Urbana side, Coach Jeremy Dixon, they've had 7 straight winning seasons there at Urbana, a 121-40 overall record. 4 straight CBC Mad River Division championships, 38-2 there in that conference over the past 4 seasons. 5 straight 17-plus win seasons, a 96-23 record over that span. They're actually the winningest team in the CBC over the past 8 years are the Hill Climbers. So no stranger to winning and trying to add another notch on the belt here. Logwood, he's just been the common denominator in a lot of good plays. There he gets the assist over to number 50, Levi Bocher, who I mentioned got the first 3 points of the game for the Hill Climbers. There he wrestles away a rebound in traffic. 9-point game. Good defense by Selsom. Looked like that one might have rolled off of the forearm of Bocher, but they're going to keep it there with Urbana. Things get a little chippy there on that play. Selsom going to get called for a technical. I believe Coach Cogan is just making the argument that his guys just playing hard there on that play. I think the question was whether the officials feel like some of that wrestle for the ball was too far after the whistle to warrant a technical. I'll tell you what, if I'm Coach Cogan, well, I don't want to see my kids get a technical. I like the fact that it's, it's a 9-point game with 1:52 to play, and Selsom isn't thinking about the next game, thinking this one is over, still fighting for every possession. And also, even when you lose, you want to be able to play as hard as possible until there are 3 zeros on the clock. So Selsom wasn't going to let that ball be snatched away from him. And after the tussle, he is given the technical foul. Number 0, Stafford Stevens, going to come in his place. And at the free throw line, Jace Underwood. My first time seeing Underwood play, but can tell that he's a solid free throw shooter. Knocked down 2 earlier in the game there, easy money. And also, you can look at the fact that Underwood is just a sophomore. He's out there on the court even with older brother Jordan Underwood, who's a senior. But yet he's the one selected to take the technical free throws. That's no slight to anybody on the court. That just says that Coach Dixon has a lot of faith there in his sophomore guard. You can tell sort of grooming him for a very pivotal role over the course of this season and the next few years there for the Hill Climbers. Hill Climbers just going to run some clock. We'll have another foul. This time it's going to send Underwood to the line again. First free throw in and out, and you can chalk that one is solely the broadcaster jinx there. Underwood is too good of a free throw shooter. He hasn't missed one all game. I gave him praise for it. So really you can attribute that first free throw miss to me. Knocks down the second and makes it a 14-point game as this one's out of reach. Swatted out of there by Howell. Follow-up attempt there on the jumper is no good, and we're going to have more free throw practice for Jace Underwood. Underwood good on the first free throw. Shot won't fall there for Austin. Following up, that's number 32, Nolan Crone. Underwood up top to Logwood. Solid game from Logwood overall. He's second in the CBC in assists per game. So some of the playmaking ability you've seen here in this game, not an anomaly by any stretch of the imagination. Used to making things happen here for this Hill Climber squad, who will move to 9-4 on the season. Easy layup for Underwood. Stevens from the corner. Nothing but net. So the junior Stafford Stevens gets on the board as we approach the final seconds of this one. Urbana with the 48-60 victory here on day 2 of the 2016 Flyin to the Hoop Invitational. We appreciate you joining us here on SUV TV. Don't go anywhere. We've got more Flyin to the Hoop action coming up for you. This next matchup is going to feature Pickerington North taking on Archbishop Alter. Signing off is a victory for the Hill Climbers.